folks. I'm Smiling Stu Sutherland with Home Business Freedom. In this video, I'll show you how to create a zoom overlay with Canva using zoom filters. Now, first, let me show you what I'm talking about. Let's go over here. Now, to start off, let me tell you, I'm using two separate cameras tonight. So you may notice the camera on my StreamYard feed, the now small window here, is a little less clear because I'm using my regular laptop camera for that. And I saved my other camera to use with Zoom. So let's get a Zoom started so you can see what we're talking about here. So we'll start a Zoom and bring it up here. And what I'm talking about, if you'll notice on my background, I don't have the logos and things up here. And what I'm doing is now I'm doing those in Zoom rather than on a background, doing them in a filter. And filters are basically exactly the same things that you've seen where you can add a funny face to yourself or maybe, a pair of sunglasses, something like that. If I wanted to have a cool pair of sunglasses, I can do that. That's a zoom filter I'm using to do that. So what I'm going to do is actually in that filter, you create a custom filter and you can use it to create things like this. And this would be a transparent version of it. Let me grab it for you so you can see it. Or I can also do it in really, you can use any picture or any kind of thing that you want as long as it's smaller than 1 MB or 1 MB or less. So let me show you just a couple of the other ones. Here's a white version of it that you can see. And I think the first one I showed you was the transparent version of it. You can also do things like a border, something like this. I'm going to show you real quick how to do these. And basically, you do it a little differently than you create a background. What you're doing is creating things in the front here. So let me take you over to Canva and show you how we create these things. So for starters, you need some kind of an element to put in there. So let's go to home and we're going to start a project. Okay. Now create a design, go down and do a custom size. And what you want to do, I've been using a 720 by 960, but you can make it any size you want. But I'll show you why I've been doing 720 by 960. Because I just lost it there. There we go, 720 by 960. So what that does is creates an up and down size or a portrait size thing that you can put over here in the corners of yourself. So, and you can put anything you want on it. So we're just going to go ahead and design one and we'll make it kind of crazy. Let's do, I don't know, let's start with a logo. Oh, let's start with a personal logo. Let's start with a Smiling Stu logo out there. And tell you what, let's make the background pink. I don't care, whatever color you like. Background color. Nice pink texture. All right. So anyway, there's your background color. Now you notice my logo has a background on it too. And I'd like to take it. Oh, hang on. Hit that, click edit photo. I'm going to rip the background out of that to make it transparent so we can move it around, do what we want with it. I don't really like that background color. Let's change that a little bit, make it a little more palatable to what we're doing. Let's just go to colors. I want something that'll show up on. That's a little better. I don't know. Anyway, you can see what we're doing there. And you can put pretty much anything on there you want. You can put some text on there. Righty, let's do a heading, call it cool text. So cool text here. Again, you can put anything you want on it, make it any color you want. Okay, for starters, I'm going to make that white because I want to be able to do something with it here in a second. So we're going to make that white. Okay, so basically what I wanted to show you here is just this. Now we're going to download it in two ways. I'm going to download it as is. And obviously you're going to create something a little fancier for your live, but this is just to show you what can be done in a matter of a few seconds. And we're going to call it just cool text here, and we're going to save it. And then I'm going to do it again, download it. But this time I'm going to tell it I want a transparent border. And again, these need to be PNG and no bigger than 1 megabyte. So this one I'm going to do with a transparent background. And I'm just going to call it cool test here, trans. All right. All right. And I'm going to take you over real quick and show you how that can load up. And let's get rid of first of all, we need to get rid of this screen altogether. We're going to get rid of our zoom and get rid of that. And we need to go back to zoom.us. Okay. Now, all these have to be created in zoom.us, not in, actually, I think I need to go back to this real quick. Let's end this because I need to get it completely out of the way. Boom. Okay, it's gone. So go to zoom.us to make your adjustments. So what you need to do is sign into zoom.us and get into your account. And then you scroll down here. And there's two things that say management. So don't get confused. One of them says user management. That's not the one you want. You want this down here, account management. So go into account management and then account settings. And then over here, make sure you're clicked on meeting. And then scroll down here to in meeting advanced. Okay, now you can do one of two things from here. You can scroll down and find the filter, or you can scroll all the way to the top, which I find to be a little faster. And just go here to search and type in filters. And it'll take you right there. Okay, first thing, when you're in the filter, the video filter section, inside of meeting, in meeting advanced, make sure that this blue button is turned on because you can't use the feature without it. And then what we're actually doing is we're going to go over here and we're going to create a custom filter. Okay, so I'm going to choose files to create my filter. And I'm going to start out with the ones we just did. Which is that one. And you'll see it comes up on a version of the screen, and you can then size it and adjust it to fit the screen however you want. Now I'm going to bring up the other one. You come over here and add a second image if you want. You can do this as many times as you want. I'm going to add the transparent version of that we just made. So you can see the difference. See, there it is, transparent. Now, a little trick I've learned, if you line up this top line with that box right there, you can then take this corner and take it down and get the sizing exact to where I can then drag this over to the other corner and the sizing is the same. So now I've just created one that's got both of these on it. Now, the next thing that you're going to find interesting is when you go to, this is actually your mobile view. And the reason it looks so crazy is because both of those pictures are blown up all the way to the top. So click on the top of the first one and just take it down smaller. Click on the other one, take it down smaller. Again, you can adjust them to fit within your area the same way. Now, obviously, I would normally be using different messages on both sides of the screen, but you get the idea here. All right. Then you click next and you give it a name. The name is now cool text here, and I'm going to save it. Okay. So let's go back to our Zoom and start a new Zoom. And again, you go down here to video filter. And we should have in here it is right here. And there we are. And you can see we've got the transparent over here and the yellow one over here. Again, those are very quick and sloppy. They don't look as nice as some of the other things, but again, what you're going for is something along the lines of this, where you can give it two messages on both sides. So I've got two separate messages. I've even got a QR code over here that you can read. So that makes things very easy. So you can do all kinds of things with this. So now let's real quick talk about how you can create one with a border like I showed you. So let's end the meeting for all again. Get out of that. We're going to go back to our Canva. And we're going to show you real quick how to do a border. So to do a border, you're going to start out with a 1280 by 720. And you also notice the 1280 by 720 is the same size as a Zoom virtual background. Okay, now the difference is we're going to be saving this in a transparent mode to stay out of the background. So let's go over and find something to put on the background here. Let's go to elements. Let's go flowers. All right, let's find some good flowers here. On videos, let's look at photos here. What do we have for photos? Oh, this will work. Okay, so we can take something like this and take it down to about there. And so forth. And stretch it out to the ends. And then just pull it up top. Duplicate it. Bring it down to the bottom. That way they match. Okay, now we need to do something for the sides. Let's see if we can make this big enough to work well on the sides. I don't really like that. Let's do this. Let's just get that out of there. Let's try duplicating this and maybe just rotating it. Rotating at 90 degrees, and we can just slide it right in there. That doesn't look too bad. And we'll duplicate it. So, I mean, you can make it solid colors. You can do whatever you want. I just felt like doing something with flowers there. And then maybe I want to stick my logo in there afterwards. Again, I'm going to want to rip the background out of that. All right. That way it's transparent and can go over, and I'll stick it right there. And then all we have to do is, now, first of all, two things, and I'll show you the second thing in just a second. We need to download this as a transparent download in a PNG. And I'm going to minimize this real quick, and I'm going to show you what happens. And let's call this flowers. All righty. All right, so let's minimize this, and we're going to take you back to here where we are going to upload it. So we're going to choose a new file, and we're going to do this one of flowers that we just did. Okay, now you're going to see it comes out not quite exactly the right size again. So again, align your one corner there and then just drag it out to fit. Okay, now here's where we're going to run into issues. When we click next, this will not fit your mobile view, and you can't stretch it out to fit it. It won't really do that for you. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go back to Canva. We're going to create another image, and this one is going to go back to the 720 by 960 again. All right, so again, the 720 by 960. So that's the upright size because that's the shape we want it to be in for our mobile. So very easy to do this. Just come over here and do a copy and go over there and do a paste. It's going to come up right there for you. Do a quick duplicate. Bring it on down. All right. And then again, go back over here and do a copy on the side. Oh, not that. I want this. Copy it. Bring it over here and paste it. Oh, it brought the wrong item over for me. It brought that. Okay, so I still need this. Copy. There we go. Paste. All right, and then again, just duplicate this and bring it over here. And then just put that where we want it. Maybe a little smaller there. All right, and then we're just going to save this one as transparent. Same way we did the other one. So we're going to just download it. Click on transparent. Download it. And we're just going to call this one flowers number 2. All right, save that. Okay, now we're done with our Canva. We can get rid of that altogether. And we'll go back here. So here's how we fix this. We just get rid of this one altogether. We go down here and we upload another image. And we pick flowers number 2 that we just created. And you see now this one is in a shape that will work for the mobile. And we just get it dragged out and adjusted. Well, okay. Sometimes you got to fiddle with it a little bit to get it to drag to the size you want. There we go. Okay. And then we click next and we're going to give it a name. It's already got the name of flowers. I'm happy with that. Now, whenever you do this, you'll notice the thumbnail. Now, these thumbnails didn't create very well because what it does is it takes the first image you uploaded it and uses that as your thumbnail. If the image you uploaded is too large, you'll get something like that, or you might even get one with a little yield sign in it. That doesn't mean the filter's not working. It just means the thumbnail doesn't. You can actually recreate a thumbnail picture and put a new thumbnail in there if you would like. And the size range on that is an 80 by 80 in Canva. So you can put any picture you want in there for that. So pretty much that is all there is to it to be able to do this. Let's just real quick close this out and we'll take one last look at the Zoom and see what we've done here. All right, so we're back on Zoom and now we're going to put the new filter on that we just did, the flowers. And that would be that one right there. And there we have it. So there you have it, folks. That's how you do it. Let me get rid of that. That's how you do it. It's very simple. Just do it in Canva, upload it, just do a little adjusting and then save it with a name. And it's going to be in there the next time you want to use it. So pretty simple stuff. I hope this was helpful for you all. If you need any help with it at all, or I can give you any assistance, just drop me a message. Have a great day, folks. Make sure you smile at everyone you see. It'll improve their day and it'll absolutely improve yours too. Take care now. Smile and Stew out.